Hello. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've read anything together. I am at the Pittsburgh branch of the Kingston and Frontenac Public Library, where I think a while ago, last time I brought you to, maybe the last time we were at a library, was the library that I used to work at. And we read a little bit of Dante, and I'm at a different library now. This is one of the branches that, probably one of my favorite branches, maybe my second favorite branch of all the branches. And I really like working in public libraries. I've enjoyed it here quite a bit. And this is maybe one of the most beautiful branches also. It's got, the part is, I don't know if you can see it well here, this part over here is a heritage building. It's got the old limestone, and they've tried to make the new part of the building kind of match to look pretty as well. So I my book club and I just recently read Purgatorio, the central parts of the Divine Comedy by Dante, and it was so beautiful. I was thinking, and I borrowed the copy of Purgatorio from the public library. It's got its Kingston Frontenac Public Library stamp, and so I thought maybe it would be fitting to read some Dante from the new library, new to me library. So I just wanted to read a little bit, and also today I was bringing the book back to return it because I finished it now. So I thought I'd read just a little bit of a little bit from here, some parts that stood out to me. But also in the meantime we can have some snacks. I have some very wonderful ginger cookies given to me by my aunt. So certainly help yourself to one if you would like. This is my lunch break. I don't know if I mentioned that. So what else do I have in here? Got a sandwich. I've got chocolate. Also for my aunt. Very good chocolate. Okay. But yeah, help yourself. And I will read you a little bit of Dante. This is a translation by D.M. Black. Yes. I am certainly less of an Italian scholar than Anne Elliot is. So I will not attempt to read any of the, although very conveniently it does have both, if I was able to read it. So I'm trying to think what context would be good to have. Dante, in the first part, in Inferno, he journeys through hell with his favorite author, Virgil, guides him. And in the second part, he's journeying through Purgatory. But at this point, he's been through all these layers that are kind of dedicated to people becoming free and cleaned from sins that they that held some sway in their life on Earth. And so kind of you go through all these different levels and layers, and it's a much more hopeful book than the first one. But at this point, he is, I think, the last large section, actually, he's kind of past all of these layers and into something that's sort of like the Garden of Eden. And so in one of these stages, there's this big, they call it an allegorical procession in the notes. I think I would, like a symbolical parade would be sometimes what I referred it to. And so there's the four living creatures from the visions of Ezekiel or St. John in Revelation, and all these remarkable, amazing things that he's seen. And then here we go. The space the four of them marked out contained a triumphal chariot slung between two wheels, drawn by a harness fastened to a griffin. The griffin raised his wings on either side of the central stripe, between the 3 and 3, so that he did no harm by breaking them. His wings went up so high they were lost to sight, and the parts of him that were bird were golden, and all the rest was white mingled with red. And it goes on to describe all the terrific, magnificent things in this procession, and that immediately caught my interest because I'm a big fan of griffins. I'm actually working on a sort of a novel right now that is going to largely deal with griffins. But then as we learn more, I mean, this procession goes on for a couple cantos actually, or like various things happens with them. I think either I first learned this from a footnote, or I actually figured it out when I got to this part. Is that this griffin is in some sense actually like a representation of Jesus himself, and the chariot is the church, and the griffin is like pulls the chariot up to this tree and somehow connects them, and then there's like all this healing that comes out of it. Anyway, or the tree itself is healed. Yeah. Okay. So in this part, quite a bit later. Blessed are you, griffin, who do not tear with your beak this fruit that is so sweet to taste, but afterwards so badly twists the belly. This is what some of the other people are singing. So they all sang around that mighty tree, and the two-natured animal proclaimed. This is what the griffin says. Thus is the seed of all justice preserved. And then he turned and took the chariot pole and pulled it down against the widowed trunk, and left it tied there to the tree it came from. And as our plants, when heaven's light falls on them, mixed with the light that shines down next in sequence after the brilliance of the celestial carp, swell up in buds and then renew themselves, each in their various colors, till the sun beneath another star re-yokes his horses. So now, unfurling color less than rose and more than violet, this tree restored itself and all its devastated branches. I could not take in, nor is it sung here, the hymn those people then all sang, nor could I bear to hear the music to its close. Yeah, so that's just a little bit from Purgatory. I've heard that a lot of people find the Inferno more interesting, and they're less interested in like the rest of the Divine Comedy as it goes on. But I like this one. I like this one better, and I'm very much looking forward to eventually reading Paradiso for the first time. Yeah, so it was good to catch up with you a little bit, and I think I'll see you around again. Bye.